friends, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Dee. I do all things beauty. I do a lot of eyelash extensions or DIY or at-home eyelash extensions here on my channel. So if this topic interests you, definitely hit the subscribe button below, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of any new videos. I've got some new content that I'm coming out with in the next couple months. But today's video, I'm really excited because I'm gonna be comparing the Lilac Street Ciao for Now Remover versus the Lashify Release. So the Lashify to me is probably the most well-known brand when it comes to DIY or at-home lash extensions. I feel like Lilac Street is kind of an up-and-comer. In full transparency, if you've watched any of my other videos, I absolutely love the Lilac Street lashes. They are probably one of my favorite lashes. I prefer them over Lashify, not only for the cost, but also I feel like the lashes are more real feeling and less plasticky. I feel like a lot of the Lashify lashes are very plasticky. But I wanted to go ahead and do a review because what I absolutely hate about lash extensions, I don't mind putting them on. I absolutely hate taking them off. That is the most dreaded part of the whole process, is taking the lashes off. Now, I used to use Mary Kay oil-free eye makeup remover, and I would just kind of hold it onto a cotton pad and then it would kind of like dissolve, but it still took a lot of time. And I feel like even that method, I still was pulling at my natural lash, and I felt like I noticed that my lashes were getting damaged and getting pulled out and everything. So I was really excited. I have already tried the Lilac Street Ciao for Now Remover, and I was really happy with the results, but I want to compare it to the Lashify and see which one's better. Because at the end of the day, I'm not brand specific. Even though I do prefer the Lilac Street lashes, I do have an affiliate code I'll leave below. If the Release is better than the Ciao for Now, then I'm going to use the Release, because again, this is the part of lash extensions that I absolutely hate. So kind of give you guys an idea. So the Lilac Street is 0.34 ounces. It retails for $15. The Lashify Release is 0.32 ounces. So you get a little bit less, even though I'll be honest with you, it seems like the Lashify one is so much bigger, but I went on their website, that's what it says. And this one retails for $28. So not double the price, but almost double the price. So there's, well, actually, if you could take in consideration, you get more product with this, it's probably double the price. So again, let's go ahead. Let's see how each one of them works. Both of them work the same. I do have to say, so this is what the Lilac Street one looks like. You can kind of open it up and you can see the oil, I wouldn't say dripping off of it, but you can tell that it's very oily. It does have this part right here that you're supposed to kind of move with the lashes. And then it has this fan mechanism that after you get the lashes off, you kind of go through your natural lashes to get the rest of the glue residue off. So I do like that, it does work well. Now the Lashify Release, it does not have a mascara kind of mechanism. It is just this, but they basically say that they work the same. You just kind of work it into your lashes, and both of them are anywhere between like 25 and 30 seconds that you're supposed to wait until it starts dissolving. So before we get into it, I'm just gonna throw my hair up real quick, kind of do this really wacky, crappy, it's the end of the day, I'm tired, and I've already got my sweats on and ready for bed. So I also have a makeup remover here, just because I find that after I do it, to get the kind of oil residue off of it, I do kind of go in and take it off with the makeup remover. So let's go ahead and try the Lashify first. So basically, I'm just gonna take it and start on this side. Now I do it because I've done this with the Ciao one already. I like to do it on both sides of my lashes. Now I'm not going into my eyes or anything like that, but I'm just kind of moving them on both sides. And I can already see that they are kind of stripping away really, really easily. Okay, well, that came off really nicely, and it all came off in one thing. So I feel like I didn't really even pull. I'm just gonna take this and kind of get the rest. This is the part that I absolutely hate. I hate trying to get the residue off of my natural lash. I feel like it's the most dreaded part because it just gets stuck in there. So let me just take this and see how much was actually removed by just doing that. Wow, okay, like pretty much everything. I think I got a couple of stragglers, but not bad at all. That was super easy, I have to be completely honest with you. I'm just gonna take one more layer and just get the rest of it off because I feel like there's a little bit lingering there. One little straggler at the very end, but for the most part, it's off. I'm gonna wash my face after this and I should be able to get it off, but that was super, super easy. Look at the difference. Oh my gosh, it's crazy what lashes can do. Like I said, they're all in one chunk like this. So I'm putting it right there. So let's go ahead into the Lilac Street one. So I'm gonna go with this edge right here and just kind of work it in similar to the other side. Now I can tell you just right off the bat, I feel like the Lashify one is a little bit more oily, like liquidy. It wasn't dripping or anything like that, but just kind of putting it on my lashes, I do feel, oh, it just ripped one of them off. I mean, ripping is maybe not the right word, but it's coming. It's still stuck on there. This is the part that I feel like when people like ask if the lash is damaged, you know, like the lash extensions. Okay, so it just came off. It did not come off in clumps, as you can tell, but it did come off. Now this is where you're supposed to take the mascara wand and kind of comb it through. But I feel like this part is where you can really damage your lashes. If you wear them and apply them correctly and then take them off with this kind of mechanism, you know, you're not pulling at it, you're really just kind of working the product in and getting the glue out instead of ripping your lashes off, then I feel like there's very, very little to no damage. But if you do what I did when I first started, I would, you know, like I said, do the Mary Kay eye remover, eye makeup remover. I tried a couple other ones, but I was impatient and I feel like I just kind of ripped them off, and that's when I started noticing the damage. But if you do it the right way, if you do it this way and actually have a remover, then I think that it doesn't damage them. So you can tell there's a little bit of glue left over. So I'm gonna take it one more time and see if I can get the rest of the stragglers off. Okay. So that is that. So comparing the two, here's my pros and cons. So I do actually feel like the Lashify one got the lashes off quicker. I feel like I really had to work it with the Lilac Street, but I don't think it was that significant of a difference where it would justify buying this one or purchasing the Lashify for double the price. I do like the fact that it was a little bit more liquidy, and I think that's maybe the reason why it was easier, but I feel like I had a less time taking them off with the Lashify than I did with the Lilac. The other thing I noticed is, even though the concept of this comb is like good, I do feel like you have to be very, very careful when you're combing it, because it is plastic comb and you're combing it against the most delicate part of your face. And the first time I did this, I felt burning afterwards because I had gone too, not deep, but I feel like I scratched my eyelid, you know, the bottom part of my eye, because when I close it, I was just kind of scraping along and I felt like it was scratches. So you have to be very, very careful. In all reality, I don't feel like the combing mechanism did anything different than like the Lashify. The Lashify doesn't have the combing mechanism, and I feel like I was able to get the glue out of my natural lashes without having that. So going in the future, while I'm continuing to use, because I have these products, I might as well use them up, I will not be using the combing mechanism, because even though I did it very gently, my eye still feels like when I was taking it right here, this part of my eyelid, the very top, is burning slightly, where on the Lashify one, I don't feel anything. The other thing is, I feel like it was a little bit harder to get the glue out of my natural lashes. I had to go in there and work it a little bit more. But again, it's not significantly longer. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was, 5 minutes or anything like that. So again, does that justify paying twice as much for this? Probably not. The other thing I will notice will say, when I'm looking at the camera, I do notice that this eye does have a little bit of an oily film to it. It's not bad. There was I can't remember what, I think it was Elizabeth Arden came out with some eye makeup remover. Maybe L'Oreal. I think L'Oreal has like a dupe for it, but it's like that super oily one where you can see the oil. And I felt like when I used it, there was that oil film that just had in your eye, and like it would take hours for me to be able to look, see through my eyes without that oil film. It seemed like this, I do have to say, the Lilac Street is not bad. I've used it in the past and it's just a very slight oil thing, but when I used it before, I never noticed it. But now that I have the comparison, I don't have any oil film whatsoever from the Lashify one. I do have a slight oil film left over from the Lilac one. So if you're somebody who really, really hates that, then I definitely think that the Lashify is probably a better way. The other thing I noticed is you can see the oil here, but because the packaging is kind of that matte black, it's not slippery. Whereas the Lilac Street, I'm constantly, almost dropping it, I'm constantly having to wipe it away because I feel like it's just this slick oil thing. So it's a minor thing, but I do prefer the packaging for the Lashify just because of this I feel like is gonna slip on my hands. This, I still have a grip, even though you can clearly see that there's oil all over it. As far as my final thoughts, I'll be honest. I mean, I do think the Lashify performs a smidge better. I do feel like, hey, if you are really worried about a couple seconds, then definitely go the Lashify. I think it's a good product. I think it works. I think it is better than the Lilac Street, but it's not significantly better what would justify, double the price, basically. I am interested though, because it does, when you look at the packaging, this is 3.2, this is 3.4. The Lilac Street is significantly smaller than the Lashify, and yet the Lashify is supposed to have less product in it. So I'm not exactly sure about that, but again, it is what it is. I'm going to continue using both of them because I have both of them in stock, and they weren't sent to me or anything like that. So I use my own money for it, so I'll continue using it. But if you're looking to add to your collection or anything like that, or starting off with your collection, then I would say save your money, go for the Lilac Street Ciao remover, because it's not significantly less money, or it's not significantly less performance than the Lashify, which is double. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please leave your comments below. Until next time, bye.